"Confirmed, Captain," said the communications officer. "Now transmitting. Earliest time to reply is 9 seconds. Crow forced himself to sit down. Transmission lags were one of the biggest irritants of deep space work, but there wasn't much you could do about it. Faster than light transmitters were simply too big to put into anything but a dedicated hull, and emergency message drones were only useful for calling for help across interstellar distances. "Just have to hope we can make some sense of what they say," Berg murmured. "Our diplomat is looking a little pale." "Bridge, radio room, possible reply any time from now," squawked the intercom. "Sensors, any change in the contact's profile?" Crow called out. "Negative, sir. Still nothing but static on any radio frequency." Berg started. "If this is truly a new alien species, then they possibly could be using some system that can't send or receive radio." "But everyone still uses radio, everyone," Copeland objected, "even the Alair." "In the case of a new race, that doesn't mean anything. They could have discovered something better," Crow replied. "It might also explain why they aren't using any sort of radar. They might be still operating on something completely different." "Sensors, time to intercept," Crow called out. 11 minutes to course convergence, sir." "We could try putting a communications laser onto their hull and see if they get a response from them," Professor Ray suggested. "That could be taken as a hostile action," Copeland said nervously. Crow nodded slowly as he considered it. "Almost anything could be taken as hostile, Mr. Copeland, but unless their hull is made out of tinfoil, a comms laser isn't even going to mark the paint." "Try 1 pulse per second, see where that takes us." Another 2 minutes crawled past without any response from the approaching contact. "I wonder, could it be some sort of deep space probe?" Professor Ray finally broke the silence. "Maybe we've got the wrong end of the stick." "What do you mean?" Berg asked. "Well, maybe, instead of being advanced, it's actually primitive. Perhaps this was launched from another star system. Ships have been reporting picking up distant radio transmissions from an unknown source for a couple of years now. This vessel could have spent centuries crossing interstellar space. Any probe would only have limited fuel or reaction mass. This would have to have made some big course corrections to intercept us," Berg said dubiously. "It seems a bit unlikely that something designed to make real space passage across interstellar space would also be programmed to chase after starships." The image on the main display was now getting much clearer. The approaching object was made up of flat, angular surfaces with almost no distinguishing marks, no viewports or anything else. There was what looked like a radar dish set into the nose of the object, and a pod of some sort protruded from one side of the upper surface. Crow drummed his fingers against the armrest of his chair. He was starting to get seriously worried. This thing was coming barreling towards them at a hell of a speed without it giving any indication of its intentions.